And Dragon SpaceX, we see the view. Thank you. Looks amazing.
Yeah, Jay, looks amazing from up here, too.
This beautiful view coming to you live from space on Crew Dragon Resilience. Our Crew One crew giving us an amazing look outside the window, the very same view they're getting right now on their way to the International Space Station.
And Dragon SpaceX, we're getting a beautiful view on the webcast as well.
This is just on the SpaceX team.
Yeah, okay, we copy all. I tell you, I wish you guys could all be up here with us, but rest assured you're up here with us in spirit.
Copy.
Take a look. That is Crew Dragon on its way to the International Space Station. This view coming from the space station itself, while Crew Dragon is currently about 200 kilometers away.
Such an incredible view, and now we are looking inside of Dragon with the crew moving around. Looks like Baby Yoda is trying to help Mike with something.
Or getting in the way. Pretty amazing to see that view of the outside of the capsule, and then to know that these are the humans who are living inside it.
Right.
There they are, and it's just going to get better as we get closer to the International Space Station over the next several hours.
Such a cool view. It almost looks like a star on its way to the International Space Station.
Dragon SpaceX for video.
Go ahead for video.
And actually, to be more clear, this is for video on the ISS. They do have a good view of Dragon, even though you are quite still a ways out.
That is good to hear. And how far out are we? I still show us 200 kilometers out, and they've got good video on us.
Yeah, it's affirmative. Yeah, we see about 200 kilometers. They're pretty zoomed in, but yeah, we can definitely see you.
Can they see us waving?
Not yet, not quite.
They might be able to see Ike's smile, though, because it hasn't stopped since we've been up here.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, they can definitely see that.
That's what I thought.
Dragon SpaceX, we see good video. Are you ready for the event?
Resilience is ready for the event.
Copy, we're go.
Okay, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome on board Crew Dragon Resilience. Victor, Shannon, Soichi, and I are very pleased to welcome you on board as we journey to the International Space Station. Currently, we're going to give you just a little bit of a tour of our home for the next few hours as well. And so starting, I'm sitting here in the cockpit, or the bridge, if you will. So this is where we are for launch and for landing, as well as when we get ready for docking. If you take a quick look here, you can see we've got 3 primary displays, touchscreen displays that we use to control resilience. And so we can bring up our procedures, we can bring up maps that show where we are over the Earth, and it's actually quite nice, the touch screens that we have here for controlling resilience. We also have some backup controls here, buttons, so that if anything should happen to these displays, we still have some of the critical functionality that we can accomplish with these buttons that you see here. So that's pretty much it here in the cockpit, and so now I'm going to pass you off to Ike.
Hello, everyone. Victor here. Baby Yoda and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the hatches. Just about 24 hours ago, we entered resilience through this side hatch, and to open that hatch again until we are safely splashed down in the ocean and the recovery forces are bringing us aboard the ship and taking us out of the capsule. So when we dock to station, we will actually leave and go into ISS through the forward hatch, which is up here. and it's based on the body axis of the spacecraft, so the nose cone opens forward and you can go into station in that direction. And at this time, I'm going to hand you off to Soichi.
I'm sorry. Hey, good evening and konbanwa. This is Soichi Noguchi. I'm now talking through the lower tier of the capsule. Many people see the seat, but Dragon capsule has amazingly vast area of storage. And I'm now sitting over the mid-deck lockers, and this is quite a roomy area. There might be some other creatures kind of slowly coming through you. And this is also a very important stuff. This is the storage area for the EVA equipment for us when we go up. And this is actually powered payload, and it is now powered, and it's like a refrigerator which holds ice cream. Science material. Science material for the ISS. Okay, that's the vast storage area underneath our seat. Now I'm going to turn over to Shannon.
All right. Thank you, Soichi. As you can see, with the four of us in this Dragon capsule, it's quite a bit more crowded than it was with just Doug and Bob. And so I thought I would show you some of what it's like to actually live on a spacecraft like this. You'll see that we actually have bags stowed all over the place, and this is for a number of reasons. You can pan over here, Soichi. You will see up here we actually have some bags full of our emergency equipment, and we've got bags that hold our supplies, such as the shirts and pants that we are wearing now came up in these bags. You will also see that we've got things such as food and water stashed around, because every once in a while we like to have a snack. A little bit later on I'm going to have some trail mix. These are the water bottles that we have to drink out of. You can see it can be a little bit challenging because there is air mixed in. After you drink some of your water, you've got air in there, so you may wonder, well, how do you drink the water and not just the air? So, in order to drink water on the Dragon, you have to open it up, and then you have to gently rotate to get the water up near the top, and then you can take a drink. And the rest of the time you can just play with your air bubbles. So that's basically what daily life is like. We sort of dance around each other to try and stay out of each other's way, eat and drink, and wait for the next engine burn. So at this time, I'm going to hand you back over to Mike.
Okay, thank you, Shannon and Soichi and Victor. And so, I tell you, we're going to close out this little tour of Dragon Resilience here with something very, very special, actually. This is something that is a tradition within the astronaut office. And just to give you a little history on it, so when you first are selected as an astronaut and you come in for your basic training, you go through about 2 years of training to become an astronaut. And then once that is complete and you graduate, we give each candidate now becomes an astronaut, but they're an unflown astronaut, and they get a silver pin. But once you've passed that 100-kilometer mark, you then get a gold pin. And we have one member of our crew who does not have the appropriate accoutrement for his uniform, and so we're very to be able to give Victor Glover his gold astronaut pin for passing 100 kilometers. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Crew one.
Crew one. Again, thanks everyone for coming out. This is just an unbelievable experience. It has been fantastic so far, and we're looking forward. You know, we're about 21 hours into a 6-month mission, and so we are very excited for us. And I think I'm just going to close it with all for one, crew one for all. Bye, everyone.
So what you can see on your screen is the astronauts getting suited up and strapped into their seats. They're preparing for that initiation, approach initiation burn. Looks like they're almost ready.
An amazing photo here, or video I should say, of the International Space Station from Crew Dragon becoming ever clearer as it gets closer.
Yeah, you can really see it now. Before it looked kind of just like a bright light. Now you can kind of see the shape of the station there. Looks like the station is zooming in on Dragon. Now you can really clearly see Dragon from the station. That looks amazing.
Yeah, you can see that nose cone is open, just like you mentioned. And that nose cone protects the forward bulkhead thrusters. It also protects the hatch that the astronauts will float through once they are attached to the International Space Station. This is not the same hatch they entered yesterday when it was on the launch pad. They won't. That hatch won't be open again until they splash down about 6 months from now. Another view from Crew Dragon, looking at its future destination, its future home for the next 6 months, the International Space Station, even becoming more and more clearly defined as they approach it, as we said earlier, at about 0.5 meters per second. This awesome view over the shoulder of our commander and pilot, Mike Hawkins and Victor Glover, just monitoring the mission. Dragon is flying autonomously.
And this is a view from station from the Node 2 port that Dragon will be docking to. You can see the sunlight hitting Dragon as it gets closer and closer.
As a reminder, we moved directly through waypoint 1, which put us directly in front of the docking port. You can see it right here. That's the Node 2 forward port where Dragon docked during Demo 1 and Demo 2. Crew Dragon crew has opted to hold at waypoint 2 for the time being so they can get some better views of the docking port, the docking target on that APAS hatch we were discussing that's on the International Space Station. So they can hold here, and that will give them the opportunity for sunset to come over both the International Space Station and Crew Dragon. There won't be any odd shadows, and they should have better visibility. Of course, the crew themselves are not making this maneuver in toward the International Space Station. It is autonomous. Crew Dragon will be doing it by itself, but we want the crew to be able to see the docking target so that they can properly monitor as the vehicle continues to make its approach to Node 2.
From Dragon on the big loop. Looks to us like we've gone through sunset, and we'll get the lights strobing. We can see the target, and so we are go to proceed. Visors are down.
Copy. You are go to proceed, and visors are down. That's great to hear. We will be commanding the resume shortly, and as a reminder, once Dragon is inside the crew hands-off point, retreat and breakout are not permitted.
Dragon copies all.
Station copies all. I'm ready.
The final approach has begun. Crew Dragon moving in toward the International Docking Adapter on Node 2. Kate Rubin standing by on the International Space Station, monitoring their approach.
And SpaceX from Dragon on the big loop. We show 10 meters. We've got good lighting, good visuals.
Great to hear. We see 10 meters as well.
Even though it looks very slow right now, both Dragon and the International Space Station are traveling about 17,500 miles an hour over Earth right now. both about 262 statute miles over the planet.
And what you could see directly in the center of the docking adapter, that is the A-Pass hatch. Once we do a hard capture and do leak checks, that will be the first hatch that will open, followed by the Dragon hatch.
If you look closely in the center at the very bottom, there was Chop, crew hands-off point, standing by for contact.
Dragon SpaceX, soft capture confirmed.
Dragon copies, and we see the same.
Dragon SpaceX, hard capture complete.
Dragon copies.
Resilience SpaceX, docking sequence is complete. Welcome to the ISS, Resilience.
And SpaceX, this is Resilience. Excellent job right down the center. SpaceX and NASA, congratulations. This is a new era of operational flights to the International Space Station from the Florida coast. And ISS, Sergey, and Kate, we'll see you real soon. 日本の皆様、クルードラゴン運用初号機、無事に ISS にドッキングしました。国際パートナーの一員として、民間宇宙船のドッキング成功に立ち会えてとても幸せです。我々レジリエンスクルーは、訓練の間、そして打ち上がった後も、様々な困難な状況に直面しましたが、全集中で乗り切ってきました。これから半年間の宇宙滞在も皆さんと感動を分かち合いましょう。All for one, crew one for all.
Resilience Station, welcome to the ISS. We can't wait to have you on board.
Spectacular job, Resilience. On behalf of all the flight controllers around the world, welcome aboard as we embark on 7-person crew operations and more milestones ahead for the station.
And with that, ground will be enabling hardline power and comm connection shortly. You are go to doff your suits per procedure 4.012. We will configure video to go external momentarily and we'll let you know when it's ready.
You are looking at a live view of Dragon docked to the International Space Station. The crew still inside Dragon, preparing for hatch opening. They're out of their suits now, getting into some more comfortable clothes.
Crew finishing up some intra-module ventilation work there, getting air flowing between the space station and the Crew Dragon before they do make their way across the hatch. But again, that hatch is open now. That came at 12:02 a.m. Central Time. And there they are, first across the hatch, Mike Hopkins. And here's Victor Glover. You heard the crew here, the team here in Mission Control cheering to see them come across the hatch. There's Shannon Walker. And finally, Soichi Noguchi bringing up the rear. 4 new members, bringing the total Expedition 64 crew to a total of 7. Ready to increase the space station science and get to work.
Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event? Houston, are you ready for the event?
At Houston, this is Station. At Houston, this is Station. We are ready for the event.
Mr. Morhard, please call Station for a voice check. Call Station for a voice check. Miss Leaders, please call Station for a voice check. Please call Station for a voice check.
Hi, this is Kathy Leaders.
Hi, this is Kathy Leaders.
Here at the Johnson Space Center in Houston.
How do you hear me?
How do you hear me?
Hello, Kathy. We hear you loud and clear.
Wow, I can't tell you how great it was to see you all come across the hatch. It means a lot to me.
It just means a lot to me.
On behalf of the joint SpaceX and NASA team, who you know have expended a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and our nation, who's been following along with you as you guys have been going on your journey. I can't tell you how proud we are of you, and how much we want to congratulate you. Mission. It's been really cool to watch you.
Well, thank you, Kathy. We just want to say thank you to everybody, SpaceX, NASA, the DoD, just all across the nation. It's been an incredible journey, and it's really amazing that this is marking the start of operational crew rotation missions to the International Space Station from the Florida coast, and so it was an amazing ride. I can't tell you how excited we were when that rocket lifted off the pad, and then the last 27 hours has gone really smooth, actually. And so we are so excited to be here. We are humbled, and we are excited to be a part of this great expedition. And so we are looking forward to the next 6 months and can't wait to get started.
Yeah, thank you for letting me get to say hello to you all and being there a little bit on station with you all. And I just want to tell you how proud we are of you. We're expecting a lot from you, a lot of good work up there. Not only are we proud in this nation of you, but our international partners are extremely proud of you. And I know I have some folks in Japan that also want to give you some greetings. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to Mission Control.
Thank you, Ms. Leaders. We now welcome JAXA President Dr. Yamakawa Hiroshi to provide remarks. Dr. Yamakawa, please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Yamakawa. How do you hear me?
Yamakawa-san, we hear you loud and clear. This is International Space Station.
Thank you, Noguchi-san. We were very much excited about your launch this morning. It inspired courage and delight of all Japanese citizens to bear up COVID-19 pandemic. Anyway, I really feel relieved by your safe arrival to the station now. Noguchi-san, it is very significant for JAXA that you are on board the first operational spacecraft of Crew Dragon and was launched from the American soil. I believe that this is the outcome of the long-standing partnership with NASA and all the other international partners. I also believe that your efforts at ISS from today will take on more importance on the ISS utilization and operations, and for future international space exploration beyond the low Earth orbit to the Moon and Mars. We are always behind you. Good luck and enjoy your time in space. Noguchi-san, 皆さん全集中で頑張ってください。
Thank you, Dr. Yamakawa. Thank you for the kind words. And we are very humble and happy to be here. This is the first operational flight of the Crew Dragon. And I take 27 hours, but we enjoy every moment. And from now on, we are part of this great expedition crew member, Expedition 64. We have a lot of utilization ahead of us, and we are ready to work. 日本の皆さん、そして山川理事長、本当にありがとうございます。この ISS にまた戻ってくることができてとても、感無量です。日本の皆さん、そして世界中の皆さん、今年は、コロナはじめ非常に厳しい状況があったかと思いますけれども、この困難に打ち勝つという気持ちで我々もレジリエンスと名前をつけて、頑張ってきてます。理事長おっしゃられた通り全集中で頑張りたいと思います。応援本当にありがとうございます。
Thank you, Ms. Leaders and Dr. Yamakawa, for your participation in the Crew One welcome ceremony. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communication.